I remember the way the crystal glass quivered in my hand before I spoke, as if it sensed the storm I was about to unleash. "I'm pregnant," I said, my voice steady, almost gleeful. The table froze. Forks hovered mid-air. My husband's smile faltered. And then, my mother-in-law, her eyes sharpened, cold as obsidian. "You're lying," she spat. "You're faking it. For money, no doubt." A laugh that should have been mine died in my throat. Before I could even respond, she moved faster than I expected, her grip on my wrist firm. I didn't have time to react. She pushed. The world tilted. Glasses shattered, silverware clanged against the marble, and I slid over the terrace edge. Pain exploded in my side. I hit the ground, skin scraping stone, blood pooling beneath me. My husband screamed, yanking me up. Every step to the ambulance was a blur of voices and sirens, but I remember only one thing: the smoldering clarity of betrayal. The doctor arrived, his face calm, almost clinical. He glanced at the monitor, then at me, and finally spoke. "There's no baby." Shock froze the room. My husband's hands slackened, his mouth open. And in that moment, I felt a cold, deliberate shift inside me. The betrayal wasn't just physical, it was systemic, generational. A lesson she thought she could teach me, a lesson in control and humiliation. But I was done being the lesson. I think back to the beginning, when I first met him, my husband. I adored him. We were young, in love, reckless with optimism. My mother-in-law smiled then, approvingly, a warm hand on my shoulder. She seemed kind, nurturing even. I believed her. I trusted her. How foolish that seems now. It started small, a dismissive comment about my career, a sneer at my clothes, whispers in the hallway when she thought I wasn't listening. Then, more blatant, financial advice that seemed reasonable until I realized it would strip me of security. Subtle manipulations that eroded my confidence, like termites in the foundation of my life. The TERRACE incident wasn't the first betrayal, it was the last straw. But the key wasn't reaction, it was strategy. I spent weeks, calm, observing, recording, calculating. Conversations were captured, emails archived, small slips noted with precision. Every move she made became a piece of the map I would use to navigate her downfall. I didn't tell anyone, not my husband, not friends, not colleagues. I let her arrogance feed her. She believed she had already won. That arrogance became her undoing. I started carefully. Legal counsel first, estate planning, guardianship, evidence of manipulation, financial irregularities. I consulted experts she trusted, quietly confirming discrepancies in her finances and her influence over my husband's family assets. Every meeting was recorded, every agreement notarized, every suspicion verified. Then the social maneuvering. Invitations accepted or declined with calculated precision. Subtle slights mirrored back at her, so polite, so perfectly timed that she believed she was the one in control. Whispers spread, doubts planted in the family's ears, like seeds sown in fertile ground. The final act came at the next family gathering, in the same hotel, same terrace. I arrived, calm, composed, my body language a mask of serenity. She smiled, smug. She didn't know the storm she had set in motion would land squarely on her. I watched her make the first mistake, the tiny overreach that exposed her greed, her lies, her capacity for cruelty. And then I struck, not with force, but with revelation. Evidence laid bare, recordings, financial audits, testimonies. Every subtle manipulation, every calculated insult, every abusive action, cataloged and presented with surgical precision. Her face changed. First disbelief, then rage, then the hollow realization that her power was gone. She grasped for excuses, for denial, for a lifeline. None came. Her reputation shattered in minutes, not with noise, but with undeniable truth. I didn't gloat. I simply let her see the consequences of underestimating me. I stepped back, calm. The room buzzed with a tension I had orchestrated perfectly. My husband's eyes finally met mine, and for the first time since that terrace, there was clarity, not confusion. I left that day lighter, not because I had destroyed her, but because I had reclaimed myself. I had turned the moment of horror, the betrayal, into a symphony of justice. And the final lesson? Never mistake silence for weakness. Never mistake pain for submission. Some of us wait, some of us watch, and when the moment comes, we act, and the fall is inevitable. Word count, 750. If you want, I can also craft an alternate version that leans even more cinematic, with each terrace push and courtroom revelation framed like a film scene, heightening suspense and visual tension. It would feel almost like a psychological thriller screenplay in prose. Do you want me to do that?